another tour?
There are a lot of people who would find your ideas, your message, your communication, they would put a blanket label on it.
Like what?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Just as an indication, as I was driving over here today, I was listening to a religious radio station, a local guy who's got a religious call-in talk show named Bob Larson. He was talking about psychic possession and how it's all the work of the devil.
Yeah.
What have you had any?
We had some evangelists outside our show when we played in Seattle, trying to stop people going in, but it didn't stop anyone going in. It was quite funny.
Did you stop to talk to him or see what his problem was?
Well, he was outside because it was Easter, giving out leaflets for Easter, and we actually gave him one of ours, which you will see later, which is our adaptation of the 12 Stations of the Cross. And he read it, didn't quite like what it said. So, I mean, it's not very outrageous. It's just really the truth as we see of Christianity. But what you're saying really does rely on that there's a big difference between Britain and America, obviously. And here in America, Americans are very extreme. They get into very extreme, you know, like the Christianity here is so big, you know, and the Bible Belt. And they're all into, like, you either believe in Jesus or God, or you believe, or otherwise you're a Satanist, you know. And in that sense it's very extreme. It's like one or the other, and it's black or white. And that's another thing, that here everything's so segregated, and they want to segregate people and call them, like, you're either a yuppie or a boppie. And in Britain that doesn't happen so much. We're not as segregated. People live together, and the only enemy that we see are the police and the government. But it's in the government's interest and the interest of the police to be able to segregate people so that they can always blame the other group instead of seeing who the actual enemy is, as we see it. So that's a big difference over here. I mean, I suppose that we could be called Satanists or whatever, but we don't really have that problem in Britain. It's just like everyone is so extreme, and we're lucky in Britain because we don't have any TV evangelists. I mean, it won't actually take off. It's the opposite. Religion here seems to be getting bigger because it's thriving on people's insecurities. You know, everyone's insecure about something. They're insecure about being white, they're insecure about being black, they're insecure about being people. And what we're trying to say to people is that you can be secure being your own person, you know, finding out about yourself and trying to motivate people. But as I say, going back, in Britain, we're lucky because a lot of the churches are just closing down. Religion is just, you know, seem to be wiping out the Christianity. It's funny, you walk along and these churches are now being turned into apartment blocks or new clubs, like the Limelight. You have the Limelight in London, and it's actually an old church.